99% of teams, right? But those teams that kind of go against the grain and aren't afraid to kind of experiment and really, really mix things up were the ones that often toppled FPX, right? And you think back to the first time Ascend beat them out. So I'm good to see. It's much in a similar light to the way I was talking about Guild earlier, right? I want to see teams starting to experiment, right? It's not stale. The meta's ever developing, and hold that thought, actually. Yep.
Double flashes on the other side as well. And there it is. Already G2 going to find 2 of them. That's going to open up a huge gateway here for that push towards B. And the site's taken.
Wide open, actually. You can see Angel's already got to respect this. He's tucked all the way into Garden right now.
Spike planted.
Pan and Shout got to make their way through defensive spawn here. Try and make an attempt to come back through, but nobody on the side of G2 has taken any damage thus far. Lots of key pieces of utility still online as well, Lauren.
Spot on. I mean, a quick, clean entry like that is everything you dream of, and now the 2 players to come back through will be Zipan and Xiao. That's going to find the first step, but Zipan needs to continue forward. Burned a little, singed on the side. G2 with a perfect beginning, and it has been a minute since we've got to cast G2 or FPX really at this level, I feel. You know, we've dipped in and checked on them, but they got shunned away from the big screen, right? You know, once it came down to Reykjavik and these kind of, you know, bigger tournaments, I guess, and the bigger events, they weren't there. And it definitely shocked some, but I think to us, it wasn't too surprising.
No, much of the same things we were talking about, right? G2 kind of got a little complacent, right? Stuck in their ways in terms of what was working for them very early on. But this is, I think we're getting to the point now we can maybe talk about, you know, G2 the second coming, right? Born again. And hoping to get back to their former glory. Once
Double
again.
Stack on long?
Yeah. Okay. So G2 going to stack up very heavily towards B here. A little slower in approach, though. Going to follow up on this owl drone.
Poison orb emitting.
Now, 1 tuck towards site. Of course, purchase-wise, heavily favorable towards G2. Still, damage could be done with a bit of utility around the side, but Avova doesn't even need to see Demastic as Mixwell takes the site, eats the flash, but by now, Nuki's already found Zipan as well, with the boombot going down. Leaving very little available here. That's spraying away, taking all that room.
Enemy remaining.
Shadow, that was nice, but it doesn't matter. And a player I'd like to speak about as well here, as we are just going for the Mixwell POV, is someone like Kellogg's. Gorgeous from Mixwell. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, Kellogg's has been someone who's on the radar for me now. We got to see them very early in the tournament, didn't we? It wasn't quite, you know, the deep later runs, but what an impressive pickup he was.
And again, though, we're talking about kind of composition changes. I got to say, it's as exciting as it's been to watch him on Jet. This is already a big positive for me to see him flex onto something like Sky, to show that he can kind of be versatile, right? Be changing with the times and really fit a hole in a roster that previously we could talk about Mixwell being the last remaining piece. But it's been that kind of arrogance, it's been that stubbornness that's always plagued G2. So that's a really big positive for me, Lauren.
Okay, back on in. Gonna beat the flash on this. It will pop, but they are way ahead of where expected. Shadow almost got caught in the heels from that. You can see the tendon almost being clawed back in. But for now, it's Angel to take that first close contact. Oh, the trade's not come through. Angel, lovely work, as it does seem as though we were having a little bit of a commitment issue there on who we're following. But Cold Mentor and Kellogg's the last 2 alive. Make it none. And it does seem as though the observing's a little interesting right now. Hopefully this does get resolved. We are just sitting on 1 POV, it seems. Not sure if I'm going crazy.
Well, if you are, I am. And often at times I am convinced I am. Yeah, it's let's take a look actually at the economy here. You know, I mean, everybody got to ride through. Kellogg's kind of, I mean, we've seen what he can do with the Sheriff recently, so I'm not too worried about it. Seeker's online as well, so expect him to kind of play that support role in particular in this round.
I've got your
Maybe just get his team online and here you go. Doesn't necessarily matter he's not got a gun, he's going to set them up for success, but Xiao opens things up. Mixwell falls off the rip.
Yeah, this is a bit of a blow to begin with, but bear in mind the previous was the bonus. This is one that actually matters. Side take is in full effect. Zipan. Still a... Oh, Zipan! What? How have you done that sort of magic? Nuki's been swept aside. It's down to Avova now in a 1v3. HP is low on some of these. Turns the flash just enough. Eats it on the way out, though, and there it is. Good trade out for Shadow and a good play back towards the site.
Come back through. It'll be Demastic and Shadow to close things out here. Pondering who's going to get the, the views there. Both of them worn off their ultimate. It will be Shadow that's prioritized there to get the Seekers online. And initially, I mean, that should put the brakes on any early momentum here. Zipan's done so well to find two here. A little cheeky wall. It's beautiful. Pixel perfect for that.
Look, not quite the TikTok walls that we've seen, but it was pretty nice. Not bad at all.
This is all
For now, though, we go back into things. Now, of course, the money's still not great for G2. It's going to be this time Coldamenta down to the Sheriff, but they'll be okay. It looks like Xiao's going to take the angle and sit on the angle. G2 get denied that take from this. I want to see what they do now in response. This isn't an all-in piece towards A. They're going to show presence, but keep in mind there's also been presence shown towards Hookah. Xiao is so quick! Finds Mixwell, dips, pops up a wall. Job done.
Angel now anticipating a little bit of pressure elsewhere on the map. And G2 spread very, very thin in this default here. I think Avova or Angel have spotted out each other yet, but on the brink of that happening. Yeah, and as soon as that does happen, expect to see some of these...
he takes face. Look at that.
Yeah, I was going to say, expect to see some of these players rotate across, but Angel's actually just going to re-aggress.
Demastic, though, trying to find that timing, feel real smooth with it, but he dips into one too many smokes, gets caught in the flash, and Nookie puts him down. Now, they knew Angel was here, so they're still very aware of it, but Zipan's the problem right now, coming back in through Hooker, puts him in the body bag, but no, Coldamenta fights back, predicts the play through the TP, hearing it just that moment ago, but it's Xiao so quick. We said it before, this man is quick as lightning, and now Nookie's gonna have to dig deep in a 1v3. Spike is on his side, of course, tries to isolate one towards Hooker, gets it, ult now in, sends it, gets it again! Nookie is doing everything here, but does he find Shadow? No more flashes yet. I don't know what the timing's like on him getting that flash back. There it is, just came through. He could pop it in just to get the info, but the timing, it's all Nookies!
Finds a 4-piece from seemingly nowhere in that round, and FPX did everything right. I mean, Angel taking this space, not willing to give up long there, not even willing to challenge Hooker, really, leaving Demastic to be the, I guess, the lamb to the slaughter in that scenario. Open the door here. Again, Nookie just so on point there. The showstopper comes online, no fear in sending it out, securing another kill, and really, really nice clutch from him. Now, a couple of key things. We'll see if it becomes a factor going forwards, but just that slight adjustment from Angel, something I'm hoping to see more of, just because of G2's composition, right? And we know the strength in that post plant with the utility right there, opting not to fight the Hooker dropout and actually sitting long, taking away some of those post plant lineup possibilities.
Aileen coming in, no attentiveness towards Shower this round. You can see them having to use the owl drone to clear though. Just that little bit of presence now has to make it happen. Demastic shows presence and now goes to try and control towards at least the push. Instantly dealt with, but the big pickup there was Zipan. Kellox has found him, so already this double stack towards Lamps is looking a little rough around the edges, and there it is. A one-farm trade out. Now Xiao at least shuts down one. That's not bad. You can see he's got support here once again. Another victim for Nookie. No, he's only going to get Angel. Excuse me. He is only going to get Xiao, not Angel, and now we're down to once again just Shadow, but this time he's got bigger problems, and it's not just his crosshair. First step is good, the second won't happen, and we have recovery from G2.
I'd love to see just like if we could get a graphic of just the evolution of Shadow's crosshairs, because they have been fantastic over the last year to see. I'm going to call a timeout here, not sure who for, but early rounds like that, again, Viper's pick comes through, some really good opportunities to secure site, and G2 will put themselves 2 rounds ahead here. It's actually an FPX tactical timeout here. The money not looking great, and again, that previous round we did see a judge coming through in the hands of Angels, so we know we were scrapped out across the board. Look at the tools now starting to come online. Again, Viper's Pit taking it away. We know Nookie obviously got that showstopper online pretty early, considering now the ult counter for it. Coldamenta. Wait, what is that from Liar
Toy Story? I think was the one I'm thinking of, the little dudes.
Oh, the little green alien dudes, yeah.
Really
Wait,
in the recesses of my mind. You know what, it's not enough for me to repeat it. But one thing I do want to highlight though, we don't stan any sort of Sapphire slander in this house. We just didn't have the observer follow button pressed. So it's fine.
We
It's all
simply
good.
do not.
It's fixed. So we do not stand this. We love our observers. It was simply a misclick from someone else. Don't worry about it. We never accept that. They're too strong. Okay. God, this crosshair, man, it's thick, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a chunk.
Proper chunky. Kit Kat chunky. Right. And away we go again. G2, I like what G2 have done with this roster. It doesn't feel like I'm watching G2 anymore, to be fair. But still, let's have a look at this. Oh, the shoulder peek on the... Zipan, you're nasty with it, dude. That was filthy work. Just like the dipping back in, because that was really well played by Kellogg's, but outdone completely by Zipan.
Still we'll be able to get the spike down at least. Yeah, weapons-wise, Mixwell's already got himself so deep behind sight here. Demonstick gonna flash out, but I'd say won't do too much damage on the way in, but Nuki and over there just to close things out. Not allow any more members of FPX to get out from pipes there and have any opportunity to fight back onto site.
Okay. We get to watch this again. Oh, this is the deeper play down towards pipes. Okay, so who do you think at this point? Because I kind of want to get your take on G2. Because obviously, FPX is still pretty much the same roster with just kind of a new look to it, new coat of paint, right? New agent selections. It's a big round. I'll come back to it. I want to see what Xiao does with this op, actually. I want to see if that comes into effect. He's going to take control over towards B-Long. That's no problem. It is going to be this, once again, similar A piece. Now, Angel was a nuisance in Lamps before. He's kind of playing there with, I think it was a judge. So I want to see what he does with the rifle now. But again, checked on, noted. Zipan does have a little bit of an angle to play with on the cross. Angel does get down to 50 HP. The site is taken. So you can see the utility, you can see the ultimates, everything has intention here, and Nuki being caught off, Zipan knows it. Zipan is so aware of every piece of potentially G2's move, but FPX are being held back by all of this. Avova suddenly plays peekaboo with him, and he does find Demasig, but look at this trade out of frags. As soon as that smoke wall drops, it's game back on. You can see everything. And now it's just Xiao. They happily dropped that down. They played it out. They had guns out ready. Xiao, though, good for one. That's Kellogg's gone. How do you remove the rest, though? The player just below's the problem, but he seems aware of the potential of it. Ooh, he ain't getting past it. Surely not, Xiao. You're going to get me some of that CNED magic here, but does he want to keep the op as well? It's a tantalizing prospect, isn't it? You want to keep the big boy rifle in hand. Can't even make it across at this point. I'm being bought for just every piece of utility.
Yeah, got to hold on to this, ride it out into the next round, and look at it across the board. Some really good ultimate management here on the side of G2. They're going to be potentially back on, we think, around in the future. A couple more ultimates going to come online here, so look for them to maybe throw some of those into these rounds in terms of when FPX can buy back into this at least. Obviously, this round, I don't think they're going to be able to force much up other than... Actually, yeah, they do. They mustered together a couple of light armors, and actually, yeah, it's Angel and Demasig that will throw through on light armor. Not full utility across the board, though. No paranoia. A couple of other key components missing here for FPX. So I'm a little dubious about this buy, Lauren.
I mean, they've got to get aggy with it, right? You've got to do something with it. Baiting on the TP real nice. They're going to keep them maybe in place for a second. Allow time for these rotations through CT. You're going to see Xiao trying to lean back over that way after the initial foray for information. Now Shadow can't quite commit to that smoke like maybe he had wanted. Oh, the timing. Kellogg's is so aware of what he maybe was trying to do there. And obviously, we see it all. We've got X-Ray on. He's just making the correct assumptions. And now Xiao's in the right place, but is it the right time? Demasig pops out the flash, but they're trying to filter through towards that elbow side, but the trade-out's there. Xiao finally makes that appearance from the back of sight, but the spike working his way around towards CT. Now, Angel's going to be trying to keep check of this. Rez comes in. This is a great deal of numbers and a great round for FPX to try and turn around. Angel, good catch there towards Nuki. Now, the last two remain. Now, what can Mixwell do to maybe create some safety for Avova? Because he's in trouble here.
You see Avova going to try and find Demasig and Cubby. Actually, the head will be removed by Demasig and Mixwell. That late round piece for G2.
Don't doubt him. Do not doubt this man.
Actually, the snake bite's perfect as well. He's going to find the second.
He is absolutely on fire recently, but the spike is being guarded.
Oh,
Zipan
no.
is right there. Knife out, gets found. Zipan says no and denied in the end. But I promise you, the way Mixwell's been playing, I don't put a clutch like that past him at all.
Well, it's interesting to see him again. This role switch-up's been a big talking point, right? But you put a player like Mixwell in the position to be potentially the last alive as opposed to the front line for G2.
Yeah.
And that's a terrifying prospect. Again, you know, talk about early on with Hiko playing a duelist role, and now what he's able to do is kind of that late round piece for 100 Thieves, for example, over in North America. It's a very similar concept here.
Oh, very, very good point. Now, look at this. Angel, gonna have to respect that and fall away. But it does set up Xiao. Now, that's a problem. Yeah, has to get out of there now. Good utility clear. You can see the good approach so far from Kellogg's. Gonna try and take the space, expecting that play back in from Angel. Angel outdoes him with a classic. Oh, dearie me, that leaves you feeling a little embarrassed, a little silly. All goes up to deny the pressure coming in through from Shower. That could have been the next step maybe that Mixwell was trying to consider, but it's been held off for now. Great denial of a site take coming in. Mixwell clearing that corner on Zipan. Look how deep that wall is. This angle should be favorable to Zipan, even with Pika's advantage. Absolutely. Zipan's fine, just kind of falls away, and they've controlled it well. The Seeker's just confirming that.
And FPX now, I mean, able to just sit in current formation. You've got people in the right places to address anything G2 try to recover this round in their favor. Xiao still posted up with that operator, just holding on to the top of box, actually. Really cheeky angle, one that's usually
30 seconds left.
Yeah, not considered, and kind of meant to look ready for it, but again, it's so difficult to win that out. So difficult to dig Xiao out of that angle.
And the regress towards A. Now, Flashwise, Shadow's got both. That's one. Could send another. He's eaten that himself. Who comes out of it first? Nookie. Nookie gets it. Nookie follows up. Hold on. Spike now recovered. 8 seconds. Now down to 5. He does indeed have the ultimate now readily available. Spike is in. What can you do with this? Smoke's, of course, still there for now, but Angel going to slip away through towards Lamps and one towards Heaven. Demasic trying to clear sight as much as he can with the ultimate. Now that's good utility usage. Going to get that deeper. Forces the fight towards Heaven. He takes it. Now here we go. He's going to take the burn. Sits there. Does not mind. They're both from the same side.
Oh my god.
Prediction from Nookie. The nade to follow. I think that's pretty close. Demasic's got to be careful. He's getting close to this Nookie.
No
You're
way,
so brave.
Nookie! Oh my god. Put him in the clutch situation, and again, Nookie delivers. This guy, for me, I mean, I've hailed him as probably one of the most underrated players back on Heretics. Didn't get a lot of love on that roster because of, I mean, arguably Niso leading the show, right? But coming in here to G2, to be on the forefront, especially in this composition here with Kellogg stepping onto the sky, that's what you want out of your duelist. Another fantastic round from him.
One enemy remaining.
Bloody hell. What a play from the man. And right into aggression. No rest for the wicked here. Kellogg straight away going to kick off. Find Zipan this time. Zipan has been a nuisance though. There's no denying it. An Angel wants in. This is an aim game now. Kellogg's the young gun against the veteran of Angel. His paranoia about played up towards short could be the problem. Takes his eyes off the prize and Kellogg's rips them from the skull. Clears out, no one else close by. You could see the player, obviously we can, he can't, slip back towards the site, and that would be Xiao, who's pretty much the only other danger man here. Look at the rest of the buy.
I've got your trail.
Yeah, Bucky in the hands of Shadow. Demasic with the Sheriff, and man advantage here for G2. Xiao now, feeling the pressure. Try and wait this one out, but Demasic actually going to hit the rotate after no follow-up on at least the Seeker's invested. Xiao may be relaying this information, but he will find Nookie on short. Big piece removed from G2, and Bladestorm popped here. Xiao's looking to reinforce, hold on to A site.
He wants to be that Guardian. He wants to do exactly what we just saw Nookie do on the other side. Be the game changer. Flash comes in. No one close. That will at least allow him to re-swing towards this, but Kellogg's could be an issue. He goes down, following the dog on through, trying to capitalize on it. Met in the smoke though, misses the shot he wanted, but he gets it at least with that little stun coming in, and Xiao is doing everything that they needed. The flash doesn't quite go far enough, but Avova knows that his position's now noted. What can he do with this one? Ult is there, time is being bought. They can't get on that spike right now, but he still has to buy a bit more time. There is the molly coming in, and it looks like G2 should have this zone up.
Oh yeah, just able to run it down. Sure. Yeah, they should be able to get back onto this, actually. Yeah, pretty comfortably.
I thought it was way less time.
Again, had to get it out whilst the orbital strike, I guess, was still up and active. Two will survive through a round that I got to
Last
credit
round before
Xiao
the
there.
switch.
Really, the one not afraid to throw everything to hold on to a site there, not giving it up to play retake. See, misses the right click, but I'll let him off with that one with the 2 follow-up kills for sure.
This is my bad. I honestly thought that was way closer in time, but not to be. So yeah, I mean, look at the round distribution here. I've got to say Xiao has been huge in the last couple that FPX have got. He has truly been making a difference. This was going to be a little bit of a spanking otherwise, as G2 have been forced back down to a substantially weaker purchase now.
Look at them just stacked up here.
Careful now.
Ready to fire. Demonsick and Shadow will retreat though on the back of that contact. Is this an all-in piece here? They're going to split through onto B, or at least try to. 3 through hooker, 2 onto long here, and the damage is done.
Oh,
Kellogg's will fire the entry.
Demonsick feeling probably a little silly with that one now, but Xiao is there once again. The man is the backbone of this side. 3 for Xiao. Line him up, knock him down. This is Xiao's game. He finally falls to Avova. Here's a 2v2. Zipan gonna play forward blind as anything. Vision removed, this time fine. Finds him through the box. Kellos gets nothing for it, and now Avova a mile away. No ult this time to play with, and look how quickly we're seeing Angel get back towards this site.
Ooh, actually, Paranoia nice and early in the TP behind. Again, actually up on top of triple there. Angel absolutely breaking Avova's ankles with the Omen outplay. FPX close this one out 7-5. Again, with how that half started, it's
Switching sides.
nothing short of a miracle in my eyes that FPX were able to really scrape their way back into that.
Yeah, let me make note of that, because I mean, it was kind of the bookends, right? Start and end actually looked okay for FPX, but the meat of it, right? The big buys that came out the main, you know, kind of chunk, that 4-round streak was actually pretty imperative for G2 to kind of give them the big push back into it. But at this point, 7-5, as said, anyone's game now. I want to see how FPX look. I'm still getting used to this kind of new look to their roster. Kind of, or at least not the roster, but the agents they're running with. See how it kind of changes how they look. See what they can bring on this. Ooh. Well, gateway looked a little open. Kellogg's there, eats the flash, but so does Demonsick. And again, we talk about his comfort levels on this now, and well, it's an effective trade out for FPX at least. That's the one bonus. Not too bad. Avova gonna take space. Shadow's right there. Shadow wins it somehow with that crosshair. I still don't know. And Coldamenter and Mixwell, the last 2 standing.
Revealing area.
Oh, man's actually going to swing out on the back of this recon. Mixwell actually an elbow here, so again, I didn't even notice the wall up there. Apologies. There was a chance there that Mixwell could pinch through at the same time. I'll just look to do, I guess, yes, look to do damage, but it's the pistol. Financially, it's not going to make an awful lot of difference here. Angel will stop any sort of possibility of that happening. FPX, a good start here. Again, good opportunity just to tie things up off the bat in the second half.
Rifle out for Demonsick. Big boy investment coming through. T-Light reinvestment as well from G2. Not really messing around here, keeping the economy relatively safe. Let's see what Mixwell is up to on this. Flash gives it away. There's going to be at least one close. No clear, though. Demonsick and Shadow did take a fair amount of damage, and here we go. There's the problem. Demonsick had the rifle, and now that's lost. This is where it all becomes a problem. The pinch through was perfect, and now problems begin to mount. The rifle, the one big investment, has suddenly been ripped away.
And I gotta say, actually, a good opportunity here for G2. Again, in this round in particular, do some damage, right? Even if this still goes in FPX's favor, but 2 Ghosts, a Spectre. For FPX to hold down B site. G2 actually very, very slow in approach. Cautious that they've left a a lurk here. Looks like Nuki and Mixwell actually going to opt to come through the TP. Xiao wants none of that with this ghost. I think he knows what's coming.
Yeah, falls away. Who has the rifle? It's going to be Mixwell. Timing's an element. I mean, how much do they have on this? I don't even really know at this point. Clearly, I can't count, but the swing's good for Xiao. Timing's not bad. Nuki on the trade. Timing, though, is going to get real close, and Angel's playing it to perfection. Going to buy the time, and Mixwell knows that I can do the damage, but I can't do much more. But speaking of damage, it ain't bad for G2, considering what they get away from this.
Hey, bigger picture-wise, that's putting that one down as a win for G2, honestly.
Yeah.
Again, losing the Phantom that early, the Phantom, a massive investment. Especially if you're just going to have that hero rifle and then pistols to follow. You need to find that value instantly. I mean, I'm all for throwing one in, but again, it's so difficult, really, to play trades with these pistols, especially if G2 stack up the way they did, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That pinch off the back of kind of, you know, towards, you know, the back end of Shower was hard for them to deal with. Worked out very well for G2 in that, and now looking to buy back in pretty even. Some lighter armor
for
FPX, and actually, well, I mean, they've got the op out on Shao, but there is a couple of guns that aren't quite as adequate, but Demastic is still looking sharp, so that's a big entry kill. Kellogg's kind of left in no man's land, gets caught out very early here, and Demastic takes the space, but he seemed completely unaware that Mixwell was swinging out of heaven.
We'll get shut down for the time being, but FPX is going to get what is necessary to at least go for this plant here. Nuki actually going to get ahead of the curve here, and he will find Angel. Not really anticipating this. Look, what is that? He was vulnerable, and Nuki still finds the kill.
You can't do this, Nuki. How is he invulnerable right now? Everyone's trying to fight him. No one can. Shadow wants in on the action. He wants his name in the headline. 6 HP is not enough to do it.
That is...
Can we watch that again, please?
I don't want to watch that again.
I do.
I don't want to watch
it.
somebody flying through the air and hitting shots like that.
Show me it.
That was absolutely ridiculous from Nuki.
Please.
Someone
clip it and send me it. All right.
Getting ahead of the curve and being unorthodox, and then he satchels out, just frantically spraying with the Phantom.
Didn't even look frantic though.
No, it looked like he barely broke a sweat. You're right. Actually, that was the plan the whole time.
I'm not even kidding. It didn't even look like that panic. That's the crazy part to me. Wild stuff. Tack timeout coming in for FPX. Maybe just going to keep their heads in the right place and consider where their money's at and what they want to do with this going forward. Sitting on like what, averaging out like 2k, maxing out towards Angel on 3.1 right now. So maybe just a discussion of the economy where they want to be, and maybe just some tune-ups going forward. Now they're going to be getting into these more, I guess, rifle-based rounds. Considering.
When you say rifle-based rounds, I see a judge on the other side of the.
How dare you bring that up? How dare you? Where's it going? Coldamenta, where are you? Hookah?
He's going hookah, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see you buy it so often. What's the problem? Why are you acting like you don't like it now? Huh?
Wait, why are you putting me on blast?
Why are you pretending you don't buy that gun? I buy Spectres, and I enjoy them. Run and gun, great feature, no problem. Kellogg's gonna find Angel. And he's shoulder peek. Ooh, it's nice. Oh, careful now. You're overstepping a little on that though, but I've over right away. It's just like, okay, let me just juggle these away.
Yep. Not for you.
Right, there we go. And then they put the judge. They're like, oh, you wanted the gun, did you? Come get this one instead. Oh, dearie me, Coldamenta waiting around the corner. This is gonna be horrible, isn't it? Oh God, it's just unpleasant. It's just unpleasant.
Always good for two.
Always good for two. Ugh. Shallow, do you want to go over here? Just... Oh, he's got a little potato. Nice.
I like that on the sheriff as well.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you really do feel like it's like you could be like a god on it, or...
It's a lottery. Every time you pull the trigger, it's a lottery.
Yep. Could just be like a little bean as well, kind of, you know? Like, it is a potato, but it kind of looks a little bit like a bean as well. He is now boxed in, as you can see. Just Were they going to let the judge get it maybe, just add insult to RNG? No, they've been able to recover all the rifles because one was juggled back, so that's fine. They get to kind of walk back in with pretty much the same buy as they had before, just beefed up, if anything, and 9-7.
Well, interesting thing to see here would be what FPX is going to look like around in the future. Ultimates-wise, they're going to look very good, actually. And that's the sort of thing you want to see when the economy is this bad. There's 700 credits apiece. Actually, 550 now. A little bit of an adjustment. But look towards their next round here. If G2 continue post around win of over. Actually, look at Zipan up to 4 HP on the back of that recon bolt tag. Augmented again with the judge. It's disgusting and I love it.
That's what you get. That's what you get, Codamenta. You get away with it once. You don't get to do it twice.
That is karma. That is karma, actually. You try and run a judge 2 rounds in a row, that's what you get.
Now, where do they lean? Right towards Kellogg's, potentially. Does he get the angle? He does. He might have even caught a glimpse there, and maybe a tag as well.
I've got your trail.
All information now noted. And away we go. Kellogg's still going to wait this out. If he could, he tried to play the timing. Flash back in. Good flash. I think he got turned a little from the other side. Couldn't quite adjust in time. And Shadow's right there. Steps on through. Good work. Now, 3v3. Nuki's going to try and send that. Doesn't find anything. Play up short, though, is coming in. Going to hear the utility going down.
Is Zipan actually investing that one onto lamps? Again, this open plant can be very awkward.
One enemy remaining.
He finds Mixwell here. It's over in a 1v2. Demasic and Zipan. We have to get the spike planted.
Let's get past Demasic first. Dinks him up. Doesn't get the frag. Demasic lives that life, walking away on 13 HP.
The good thing is here, I mean, Seeker's invested on the side of Shadow, but again, I think 2 kills to follow up. Already puts him back. This is the beauty of playing Sky, right? You throw out that Seekers, any kills as you get as a result of that ultimately builds right back into your ultimate. So he's back on 3 out of 6, and look at the ultimates now. Angel, Demasic, Shao, Zipan, everything online. Side of G2. I mean, full purchase except for Coldamenta on that Sheriff, but Hunter's Fury available for him. Could still be big tool on the table here for G2, at least in this round. Avova 1 away from the orbital strike as well. Oh, there you go. 1 away. Now it's online.
Kellogg's. He's got it. He knows his lines of sight, doesn't he? Knows the angles he likes to play. Gonna double check.
Almost like he plays Jet.
Yeah, almost, right? Didn't see anyone close, but the Jet's going to reaggress on that space, so that's quite interesting to see if that becomes a potential fight. But you can see already, Sky's fallen the hell away. You know, Kellogg's is out of there.
And this Viper set up on A, it's so brutal. Again, the ultimate invested on Showers, the one way on short. Again, you can just play timers on this, which is why we're seeing FPX lean heavily towards B here. Like a B split, so it's Avova to hold down the fort for the time being, but that's
TP
the
with
spike TP.
Spike?
Okay.
Oh, it's backside, okay.
I thought it was into elbow. I
Yeah.
was very concerned for a second there.
Yeah, even then, slightly risky. I guess not. Oh, Angel's tagged. Half HP now, and Avova's just dead in the water. Considering they had such a great setup with that Viper utility, I'm surprised they didn't have more faith in it. They rotated players towards it, which maybe they had, you know, a telltale sign they were leaning into. Xiao, blinded though, has to back away from this. He's got support in elbow, but Mixwell's been called off. So that's the kind of backline's flank now being removed. And there's an op on the other side of this. Xiao thinking about it. Look at the guns here. Codamenta finds Angel. Demasic gets tagged up, forced off the box. Xiao loses the fight. What is going on in this one? It has been contained, but... Okay.
Thank God for that.
There we go.
Kellogg's just... The audacity to just still swing onto Xiao in elbow there versus the Blade Storm when you got an operator in hand. I love that. I love still playing Sky the same way that he would as Jet, right? Posting up on B long in a very deep angle that is almost kind of those one or done. Right? It goes one way or the other, and he hasn't got that get out of jail free card that you do with the dash. G2 now going to call attack timeout of their own. Again, I'm with you. It's interesting to see G2 lean heavily towards A then when they had ultimately a very strong setup to rely on. And Avova being the one to kind of hold down B as a whole, and then kind of, I guess, a little preemptively kind of step back onto site. I mean, actually, as Xiao handles that damage being landed onto Angel with the Hunter's Fury perfectly by kind of re-aggressing. But again, with that orbital strike, it's a big tool, either to deny the plant or to use it in that retake. So interesting to see that Avova's decision making, but he has been the anchor for G2 in recent times. It's been great to see him. I mean, the Omen plays have just been nothing short of spicy. Is that the correct term? I think, Lauren, maybe spicy.
Well, I mean, you can use any word you want. You know, who am I to call you out? That's what chat's there for. No? Stop. Forced to back away. Now, again, they are on sheriffs, bits and bobs. It ain't gonna be the... Ooh. That's a bad miss.
Oh, that's a bad miss.
The double face down. Xiao's like, alright, it's another one of my rounds. Cool, no worries. I'll be the eco cobra that you need. I'm here for you. And there we go. Just Nuki's like a rabid dog, isn't he? Just grabs the hold of him, just shakes him down, gets the gun, backs away.
It's
not a pretty round.
Lauren.
It's not a pretty round, is it? Oh Lord!
No.
What are these 1v1s? Keep in mind that these players that you're seeing win some of these fights, they didn't have armor, they're low HP. They they've got some recovered rifle now on Nuki. But again, be in tradable positions, allow yourself that, you've got a little bit more sustain, at least when you've got that armor there with you. Play to that. And now Nuki, I feel like he's going to get away with another. Of course he is! Of course he bloody is!
30 seconds left.
This is not a one to remember. Nuki just needs to buy time. He does give him the 1v1 and he wins it.
Doesn't care about time. He does not care about time.
He's feeling himself. I can't even tell him not to. If a player's having a round like that, you just feel like you got that hot hand, play to it. They just turned a couple of sheriffs a double stack down from what is like hooker, and then just had a Nuki moment, right?
But again, it's almost the worst possible thing to happen is Nuki getting into that spot, the spike pushing towards him finding that first 1v1. And then he's got a rifle to just sit deep on big long. Like you said, he can play time there if he wants to.
Oh, we go back in. The buys, it's taken some damage now. FPX are able to get 2.5 rifles. The Bulldog's halfway there. Judge and Spectre, but they're going to try and just dice up the space. A quick little move comes out from Xiao, but instantly found by Avova. Going to send down the boom bot. That's going to get dealt with, but 36 HP for Nuki. Yeah, I mean, looking at what he did from this spot before and the game he's having, I'm not too bothered. Angel trying to bait the attention, keep them present, but they're unfussed by this because look at the space that Kellogg's is getting.
Yeah.
Zipan's holding spawn, though, so I mean, I guess there's that. Oh, God, the cross, Kellogg's!
Get out!
Almost turned into a Wookiee here in that. Mixwell going to try and play under this lip, maybe, as Kellogg's still going to just continue to back away, try and fall to safety, maybe, at this point. But FPX aren't fully committing. Keep in mind, they play these rounds late, right? They are a late round team sometimes. They play that CIS style, which, hey, I don't blame you. A bit of a heal up as well. Going to get Nuki, I think, sitting a little prettier.
Yeah, 30 seconds left.
They're baiting in Mixwell a bit here. I like this. I wonder if he keeps his kind of cards close to the chest for a little bit longer. Gives away his position now, eventually backside. See Shadow full green on the screen.
Second snake bite's perfect.
It's so good. Look at this. And he's just isolating these players. Kellogg's just gets Ferrari peaked on that one. Just straight up. Hold down W. Mixwell's now gone. There is still time for this spike plant. Don't doubt it yet. But Angel's position, he still has to cross here. 9 seconds. He is the one with the spike. He finally can make his way towards the site. And now 3v2. Nuki's position noted. Shadow finds him. And now Avova.
Spike planted.
Now more to be done.
As I say, tried to throw down the orbital strike there just to make sure they couldn't get the plant. If he'd waited another half a second, he would have had it. FPX, we're going to down and over now to 1v3. Going to opt to just swing out of the smoke. Pan will put an end to any chance he has in the retake. Now, 10-10 the scoreline. Nuki got a showstopper online here. don't think G2 are tapped out financially just yet. But this might be the round that, I mean, could be biggest for FPX. In terms of the bigger picture and how this closes out, I was just saying that it's a lot worse than I thought. 2 rifles on the board. Mixwell down at 2,300. Coldamenta and Avova just going to have to opt for a sheriff. Again, look towards Nuki in that showstopper. See if he can turn the tides in this round.
Ooh, the flash timing. Everyone's blind. And look at the damage that Dimasic's taken. And Kellogg's he's put himself into a bit of an aimer's paradise position. I guess you have to be proactive if you're one of the players with the rifle, right?
Cover going out.
Yeah, a little bit of a stalemate. FPX very, very cautious in this round in particular. Look at that. Kellogg's will get the better of Angel on short. Avova now. And just shouldering long. I'm not sure. Zipan might have just caught a pixel out of place there. Yinsu going to pop the running back and clear all this space onto site. Now Mixwell will fall. Avova trades it out, but Zipan
TP
pitches perfectly here. Coldamenta will respond onto the ultimate Dimasic.
Ooh, now the 2 rifles still remain. That's good damage from those who didn't have it. Nuki tries to clear the close angle. Even looks like he took damage away from Shadow. And here comes the close from Kellogg's. Oh, he didn't get the timing right. I thought he had that shot. No, he was so desperate for it. Shower and Shadow, great shutdown in the end. FPX take themselves in the lead with 3 staying alive. Rifles now taken through. G2. Pressure times now.
Again, seeing it's the damage control there in the previous round in terms of the purchase. They should be able to come back into this, but actually going to get attack timeout on the side of G2, maybe to consider their position. Now, 500 credits across the board. G2. And FPX actually sitting so comfortable. So you got to look towards G2 closing this out flawlessly if they're going to look any better, even if they tie this game up. Nothing available with the showstopper being invested there. And again, I'm fine with that. I get half a second either way. Kellogg's finds that kill onto Shao planting the spike. Potentially, they can fight their way back into that round, but that was not the case. Mixwell 2 off the Viper's Pit. Coldamenta 2 off the Hunter's Fury. Again, nothing to start this off.
Now, looking at the string of rounds, well, it's been 2-1-2, right? So at this point, FPX have been delivering across the board at this point. And yeah, we've had individuals step up for G2, I feel, and Nuki's been exemplary in that matter, but again, FPX, their approach has been pretty solid. A bit of a switch up of positioning here. I want to keep my eyes on what Mixwell does with this. No, that's a little different. 3v3 on long. This is interesting. Maybe setting up for a pinch through Shower if needed, but Shower's found Mixwell. That's a problem. They're going to think there's going to be more here. Dog goes in. They didn't expect Avova. Dips himself through on the Showers. They didn't expect Kellogg's is layers to this. And now the res comes in. The res goes down. Kellogg's needed more. He can't get more, but Zipan has to carry on forward. No one else is here. Nuki's the closest, coming back in through a TP in middle.
Now that's it. Paranoia setting up, going to stop Nuki from peeking onto this plant. So FPX will have a decent opportunity to reset here. Now nothing left in terms of utility for FPX. On the side of G2, still got the paint shells, a couple of smokes here, and the recon bolt. That could be huge for G2 to fight their way back through.
Nuki now first to step down. Spot. Nuki, that adjustment could not have been better. And did he just consider it? Oh my god.
No freaking way.
Nuki. Look, as many times I say, oh, it's just one player stepping up. They need more than that. If he's going to deliver every single round, then no problem. He's going to bail you out of a 1v3 there, basically, where he's going to find the perfect adjustment, the great read. Look at this again. Look at this. One, and it's decent spacing. They're not lined up. It's not an easy shot, and then the read on Angel. Impeccable.
absolute perfection. High game. Mixed one now with the judge of his own. Again, FPX going to try and battle it out for control of B long here.
There's potential on this. This is going to get messy. The flash catches, but the knives to the back. Kills. Corpse will just fall through the TP. Avova now blinded as well, just desperately praying he's still alive. Eats another, can't turn it. Right to the face. Avova does come out of that somewhat scot-free, but Mixwell's traded places here with Dimasic. Yeah, but Avova's still holding down long. That's what the aim is good, and Mixwell's found Dimasic, so there's no support on the way. It's Xiao up against the world in a 1v3. Collects the spike and has to get on his way. Rifle now in the hands of Mixwell. The upgrade's been called off, and Xiao wants in. Spike to be planted. What can he do with this? He's got Nookie still there. All of the prop. Oh no, dearie me. Xiao's already just crisped up, feeling the venom surging through as he's trying to find an angle to play, but Mixwell's already on the side. He'd have to have been so crisp, but no. Golden Mentor's there, but my, another mad round.
I don't know how that happened, but Mixwell somehow managed to slip through his own poison orb and play behind FPX in hooker.
Match point.
It's just actually crazy. Avova holding down the fort on long. G2 somehow, I mean, roll this back 3 rounds. It looked like FPX had really found their groove. Now, the finances that I praised the whole way through this. Look at it here, a Guardian, a Bulldog. No ultimates available except for Angels. 1 away from the Seekers, so potential to get that online here. Everything except the showstopper for G2.
Kellogg's. Number 1 sends out Seekers. Now, keep in mind. Oh, actually following them too. Call them enter in combination. Kellogg's.
Beautiful.
It's gorgeous, and now they can fall away if they fancy. They don't have to overcommit to this, and there go the Seekers again, just keeping Angel completely noted at this point. The spike's been left way back towards the T side of mid. And they've got no territory, and they can't gain territory because you've got, Mixwell patrolling around.
What a simple piece at the start of the round here. There's so much value just on the back of Seekers and a Hunter's Fury. Seemingly sent out blind there, and Kellogg's aggressing on through. Gives them a 2-man advantage. Angel tries the TP into heaven. Wow.
Defenders win.
What a finish there from G2, Lauren. Just what a way to bounce back into that map.
I'm going to put it this way. I do feel as though old G2 may have crumbled in that scenario, right? Like, let's say they're under the gun from FPX. They're starting to feel the pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at what Nookie did there, looking at what Kellogg's did there, a couple of players finding perfect moments to elevate their play. A couple of individuals, but those small little set pieces. You know, this isn't just, G2, okay, you go frag. Yeah, sure. Okay, Nookie had some moments, but I love those little set pieces coming into play. This is a really good look, and that's map 1 in the bag. I mean, we now still have Icebox and Haven coming up, so this could go the distance. Who knows? We're going to have to wait and see, but at this point, I'm impressed. I like this new look from G2. I like the players they've gone to. And I like the new look from FPX. I like the new agents they're running. So if anything, I'm just excited to see more of this. So Hypoc, we're going to send it to a very short break. And when we're back, we'll be jumping into map 2, which, as said, will be Icebox. So guys, do stick around. We'll be back as soon as we can be. And the desk will talk you through what we just saw.